hopefully this week. The Philadelphia Union. Chuck, Evan, how you guys doing?
Yeah, this week. Absolutely. This week, absolutely.
We're all doing better than Brad Guzan.
God, do you want to just do it now? Can I? Okay, so we don't. It's always funny to me to try to figure out how people think we go about our lives as three people that have done a podcast for years about this team. We really don't text a lot during the game, but when we do, it's usually Chuck. I mean, it's never me, but either Justin or Chuck make a very wonderful point. And I went, man, Brad Guzan sucks, especially against us. He should really just retire. And then Chuck was just like, man, that's a free paycheck. And God love him. It sure is.
That was actually the first.
The Union coming.
Yeah,
that was actually the first note that I wrote down on my agenda for tonight. Was he's played 15 games against the Union since 2018 when he came from Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
But how many goals would you guess he's given up against the Union in those 15 games?
35.
I'll
say 40.
The answer is actually 19. He's shut us out a couple times, which is surprising. But he's also like the shutouts have been just as frequent as 3-0 scorelines.
Okay, sure. Man, good times. Justin, how are you?
I'm great. It's always good when the Union are winning and things are going well in that part of the world. But yeah, he's played 15 games. He's played 15 games, I think. In two my county, he's given up 19 goals. And so he just really must hate playing Philly.
And I feel like every game where he gives up multiple goals, he gets nutmegged for at least one of them.
Oh yeah, no, I always just remember I forget exactly which goal it was, but just where he's falling back in slow motion as the ball is just going past him. Yeah. And we almost had one of those this past weekend.
We did.
He does end up on his rear end more than you would expect as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He kind of has the same reaction every time he gives up a goal. He just kind of falls backwards, and it's entertaining as an opposing
every
fan.
time he concedes, he looks like he's having an existential crisis, and I value that, as a human emotion. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
But then as why would you keep doing that if you've been doing it for so long?
I mean, some people don't know any other way.
A glutton for punishment, I guess. Brad Guzan.
He lives to entertain.
On purpose, or?
Yes.
Does he know that?
Yeah, on purpose.
But I mean, it's.
But Doctor, I am Pagliacci. Roll on snare drum. Crowd laughs.
It's like his equivalent of how Andre Blake gets bored in net and just starts dancing sometimes.
It's the old white man version of Dre just kind of vibing. Is that Brad Guzan is like a rocking chair away from Gran Torino? like he's gonna sit a chair down halfway through the game and yell at it. No one's gonna remember that. That's a callback.
Oh my god!
Get off my lawn, kids.
Yeah. You think you can score here? Yeah, I do.
You can actually.
Yeah. It's a shame that we didn't play them this week for kids' night, because it could have been kids on the pitch, everyone score on Brad Guzan.
I mean, that's essentially what it was.
If there's ever a case to bring Paxton Aronson back, it's to score on Brad Guzan for the next 10 years.
I mean, well, I guess he's not a kid anymore, but
well, to Brad, they're all kids.
One,
you know, it's
stole the show.
Yeah.
So kind of going back to the beginning of the game,
Sure.
Philly rolls out a interesting back line. Westfield, Harriel, Glezes, Wagner. Does that give you confidence against a team better than Atlanta?
Who?
It is impressive the adjustments that the Union made on Emmanuel Atelaz, because he was destroying Nathan Harriel in the box. And I mean, he's a big man, but like the second that I saw that lineup and it was like, oh wait, that's a back four. It's like, oh no, this is where we are right now.
It sure is.
And then they kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, I was gonna say they haven't.
Because of course they did. Because of course they did.
While spending 35 minutes.
Yes.
Down a man.
Is there any controversy there? Like, if I'm the team, I'm appealing that just on principle, but I mean,
I'd save it. You only get two, not like you only get two that you can't win, and you get to keep going. So like, is that worth burning one of those two when it's probably not getting overturned?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it on the basis that I think you've got players who can replace Lukic for a game. You don't want Lukic being out long, but for a game, and we'll talk about it later, against the 13th place team in the East, who isn't not that good themselves. I think we'll be okay. We'll be okay for a game. Talking about the goals, did he win goal of the week or just get nominated for goal of the week? Quinn Sullivan with I don't know, tested down.
If he didn't win goal of the week, he won goal of the week in our hearts.
All right.
Because settling that and turning it into a first time finish was just
it's pretty good.
Quite good.
Pretty good.
It was good.
Yeah, good finish there. And then we were off the bar maybe like 2 minutes later, something like that.
He actually is. I mean, it's fun with MLS and their arbitrary stats.
Sure.
But the most goal contributions prior to your 22nd birthday in Philadelphia Union history.
Yes.
He tied Jack Mack with 29. I mean, McHenry did it in 95 games.
How many did Sullivan?
Yeah,
103.
Huh. Well, I mean, when you don't have any other options, I guess 95. I don't know how I feel about that. That number feels high and also not high enough for who that is.
Well, I mean, I think it's good to mention that, it feels like Quinn Sullivan has really just turned into an attacking force from, last season into this season.
Yeah.
The majority of those came in, But now, are we technically a quarter of the way through the season now?
About?
Close to it?
Yeah.
We're close to it.
So, the last season and a quarter, we're probably, 20 of those 29 goal contributions.
Right.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about it later. He has 6 on the season so far. He's actually leading the team in assists, which is interesting. But I think it is interesting because of the way his position has changed this year and being much closer. You think about McInerney played so much closer to the goal all the time.
Yep.
And so, you would hope he has 29 goal contributions between assists and goals. But, Quinn, for most of his career, played as an 8, and you don't expect 8s to have that many goal contributions. So he's gotten them. The second goal of the game was Jean-Jacques megging Guzan.
Dirty.
But I think the more impressive part of that was the team nature of the goal. I mean, It was like they didn't, it was like, all right, they got the ball back in midfield. They turned, went the other way. Jean-Jacques made a pass forward, but then kept his run going, found the open spot in the box. And it was a pretty, like the whole goal was just pretty.
Yeah.
And it had and an actual good defense doesn't concede that goal at all.
No.
Like that was the one, like looking back at it, like, oh yeah, this is how bad Atlanta's defense is, because
it's
Jean-Jacques unmarked in the box like that. I understand that, like, with the team nature of the passing, it makes it easier for a free runner to happen like that, but that doesn't mean it should happen with him being the free runner.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't think I don't know. I wasn't necessarily watching it back to be like, how hard did he hit that shot? I don't think, like, to me it felt like he passed it in too, which is I think the other reason I was like, oh man, Brett Guzan's like washed, because he doesn't hit it very hard. And if I'm Guzan, I'm like, well, I can just close my legs a little bit. And that's not a goal, but it's the combination of Atlanta's defense. Not that I care necessarily how Atlanta does this year, but like the combination of their defense and a really old man in net for them is bewildering to me. Which sounds ageist, but it's not because I don't think he can do it. I just don't think it's legal that he has to deal with the backline that he has.
Hey, I mean, Andre Blake's been there. That's what led to like half of his shoulder injuries, going for saves that he shouldn't have even needed to go for.
Yeah. You don't want to talk about Richie Marquez and the Anderson Conceição tonight? Is that what you're saying? Austin Berry? No, he was okay.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about any of those guys tonight.
We're very much past those days.
Hey, some guys we do want to talk about. Ty Baribo off the bench randomly, down a man.
Let's talk about who he was benched for, because
sure, yeah.
Mikel Ora also had a good game, even though he didn't score a goal.
Yeah, didn't show up on the sheet, but
he got an assist.
That's fair.
And I think that crossbar is like still ringing from him hitting it.
Yeah, he blasted.
But like, this is exactly what happens when you rotate strikers who aren't performing, because he came back in after being benched and put in one of his better performances of the season.
Yeah,
and then now we can get the Ty Baribo coming off the bench to replace it.
Yeah. So
Evan, that was your lead-in, since you were already talking about.
Sure. And then Ty Baribo came in down a man and managed to. Atlanta United's defense is so bad that they can. It's okay. Hold on. Gathering myself here. It's really cool seeing what it feels like to play a game when you're down a man, where it feels like you're not actually down a man, as opposed to how it usually goes when we're up a man and I'm losing my mind. So for us to score down a man against Atlanta's defense, who we've talked enough about, read bad, very fun. I don't know how we got like a clean header off, but okay. Like, run of play, clean header, 3-0, game's over. Thanks for coming, everybody.
I did wonder if this is, and I didn't go back to look. I wonder how long it's been since the Union have scored shorthanded.
Oh God.
That's why I didn't go back to look, because I feel like it's been forever.
Is it wrong to say maybe ever? Well, no, if it was ever, we would have heard about it by now from the team.
No, I mean, it was probably like something against New England.
Yeah.
It's always New England.
Yeah. A Gucci on Yewu off a corner.
Well, actually, technically, they did it in Leagues Cup last year. This actually didn't go very far because Ty Baribo was sent off against Mazzelton in the 46th minute of the first half, and then Mikel Ura scored in the 48th minute of play in the first half in that game that they eventually won on penalties.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, so that wouldn't have been as bad of a search as you thought. Well, I don't think you would have looked for Leagues Cup first, I guess. But
well, I just knew it hadn't happened this year, so that was the next red card after that.
I wonder what's the last time we've done it in MLS play. Like that would be more of my question.
Yeah.
But either way, it's an interesting
the goalpost.
No, I'm moving the goalpost. I'm always moving the goalpost. That's my right as host, is I can move the goalpost.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Well, the funny thing is also the Union haven't spent very much time in MLS play down a man. Because it's actually usually the other way. It's usually the other way around. Like I'm already back to 2023 because it's the other team getting red cards.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice one. The goal for Maribo was a Quinn assist. So, Quinn with a goal and assist this week. Can't complain about that. But yeah, it was amazing. Like you said, Evan, it was amazing that he even got to that with a essentially free header.
Well, because
or clean header. It wasn't necessarily free, but it was clean.
It was because I forget who said in the first ball, but it's long. And then I think Quinn starts like just to the far side if you're watching it back on highlights and things. So, the right side of the field, but the far side for the camera. He goes and gets the ball, takes a touch, whips it back in, and then Baribo's able to just kind of find it. And I'm like, how? To our point earlier, it's like, how bad is your defense that can happen in a game? I don't know. It felt very like end of practice kind of vibes where it's like, whatever.
I'm back to 2022 and I can't find an instance at MLS play.
Nice.
Mainly because of the fact that I've only found like 3 instances of the Union actually being up a man because down a man because they're usually up a man, and we all know how that goes.
Not great.
See, that's my point. Other than a fake money grab tournament, it's been a long time.
No, Justin, you were making a half point though before that.
I don't know what my half point was other than what I was going to say was I think the part of what is exciting about this game and the rotation of strikers that we're talking about is it is nice to have 3 viable strikers. That it's been a long time since the Union have actually had 3 guys who can play at one time. And now last year it's like you kind of go and you're like, well, had you played Baribo any time before Carranza left, you might have actually had 3 viable strikers, but we never saw Baribo before Carranza left. And so you can make that argument too. But also I just think it's nice to have 3 that you can. To your point about Ure having a nice game after being benched, Baribo comes in off the bench and goes, well, come on, Brad, you sat me for the game. Now I'm going to come in and score a goal. Right. Now you don't have it's like, all right, who are you going to start this game now?
Yeah. Yeah. The competition too between those 3 guys is nice because it's like, all right, Mikel comes from, being in the substitutes last game. He plays, the first half of the match looks really well. Then it's like, well, shit, I'm going to get my cameo here. We're down a man. I guess I'm going to score. That's nice. to your point earlier, Justin, though, I'm worried against DC, even though they've been terrible. Troy Lesane is a lovely human being, but if we roll out that backline against Christian Benteke, though, not great. Although I think he went off in their last game. I don't know if anything's gonna come from that, but if he's available, he plays. If he plays and that's the back line that we put out, he's gonna score like a hat trick.
Also, well, just with that, like, who's Joao Pedro? Like, it feels like they just like used a random Brazilian name generator. And then,
well, no, that's the in FIFA, your youth academy. If you scout Portugal for forwards, that's one of the names you get. They just smash two names together.
Actually, this is even better with the Polish team that he played for before joining DC, which was Radomiak Radom.
That's a more believable human
sense.
name than his name.
All right, so before to D, I have a hypothetical situation for you guys.
Sure. If
you are Pochettino trying to figure out your Gold Cup roster, is Quinn Sullivan on that roster?
So if there was a Gold Cup in years past, yes. This Gold Cup, he shouldn't be anywhere near the roster.
Why?
Just because
it
just should be the actual like A team, and as well as he's been doing, he's nowhere near the USMNT A team.
Do we have an A team?
Allegedly,
we do. Okay. This is fun for me because I'm to U.S. men's national team discussion as Josh Sargent is to the U.S. men's national team, and that I can't be bothered to care. Which to say, if you need someone that's going to come in and like might actually care about wearing the badge on the kit, not a bad option. To Chuck's point, though, you need to like win this Gold Cup, and so you're going to need your A team. And I also, from a talent perspective, I'm not going to be mean and say I don't think he's anywhere near the A team, but he's not one of the first guys that I'm picking. But
yeah,
like, those guys don't care. So,
that. But like, I mean, Jack McGlynn will be there, so like we'll be there in spirit.
I don't want him. Oh man, I'm just so glad that I don't know when, but my whole life I've never been like, yes, the men's national team is something I'm invested in.
Unfortunately,
I was gonna say,
I can't relate
because my fandom mirrors the sort of mental, perspective of a lot of the guys in the team. Apparently,
to your point, I think. To your point, I think literally in the first game of the Gold Cup, Pochettino could roll out a lineup with Paxton, Brendan, Jack McGlynn, Mark McKenzie, all in the lineup, and I probably still wouldn't watch the game.
You would like retweet it and be like, "Look at our guys,"
been like,
and then be like, "No, I'm all right." Yeah,
I'm all right.
Yeah.
If Quinn Sullivan's on the field or in the lineup, I might watch the game. But if those five guys are on the, I don't know. I don't think I care that much.
What if Manchester City forces Potts?
You need to call up Quinn Sullivan just so that Justin will watch the Gold Cup.
I mean, who am I kidding? I'll probably watch it anyway. I'll probably watch it anyway, but
It does
you
have
know.
the fun situation of the fact that it's going on at the same time as the Club World Cup, which is a pain.
That is pain for you.
Yeah,
I
and no one else.
I haven't thought about how future Chuck is going to deal with all this. So, like, because I might end up like covering Gold Cup games from the link.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
That makes sense.
I'm just gonna say, get ready to use quick steps a lot.
What?
In Microsoft Word, you can basically assign keys to write out sentences for you.
Oh, I don't like. I can't even remember the last time that I've like actually used Word.
It's gonna be now. You're gonna. Yeah. Good luck with that.
All you really need is a button that says the U.S. men's national team loses again, and I think you've got it.
Yeah, really. Okay, Chuck. Here we're gonna break this down for you. You just need in your lead to have really dumb clickbait stuff, and then nothing else matters.
It is actually getting really hard to write new ways that the USMNT lost again.
So just don't.
So that has been a not so fun challenge.
Yeah. Here,
Chuck, I got it for you. I got it for you. No, I got it for you. Should the U.S. men's national team have called up Quinn Sullivan?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I was actually here. I have your second game headline. Potch out. Why the USMNT should hire Graham Potter next?
As a Brighton fan, that's just not. I don't even want to go there.
Have you?
And see, I've already gotten Justin's engagement.
Have you looked at West Ham?
It doesn't matter.
But
have I looked at West Ham? No. Have I watched Brighton for several seasons with Graham Potter? Yes, and I don't want to go back.
Yeah, and it's great.
Well, also just, according to Bruce Arena, it should be Jim Curtin or Steve Cherundolo coaching this team.
Well, Steve Cherundolo's will have some time at the end of the season, so
to go back to Germany.
Which this is still it's still so weird to announce that you're leaving this early in the season, and I don't get it.
It's what Jamie Vardy should have done, and I love it so much.
Yeah,
it's like the Derek Jeter.
For a player, it's completely different. Like, this is my last season with this team. Like, I'm going to go out on
for
a high.
A coach,
every
you're
game's
like,
a party.
Oh,
it's like, why are you here?
Yeah, who's taking it? One of the guys in the room with us taking over, or no?
Aaron Long, player coach incoming.
There you go.
Yeah.
Interesting thought.
I like that.
I think going back to kind of my original question, my interesting stat of the night that I found was Quinn Sullivan has a goal and 5 assists in 755 minutes. However, that goal has come on 25 shots.
Yeah.
One goal and 25 shots.
This was the first game it felt like he was taking shots where he should be taking them, because usually they've been like randomly coming from outside the box, and it was like, can you just like step up or not shoot? Like, one of the two.
No.
Yeah. Next game, guys. Philadelphia plays DC United this Saturday at 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, it's a win.
Is this a rivalry?
4:30.
It's a rivalry between your Saturday afternoon and what you want to do with it.
I will. Actually, I'm curious if this game, because Saturday I'm going to be at a wedding. I'm curious if this game is going to be
allowed at the wedding. No,
allowed. Well, the groom used to work for the union.
Still no.
But I still don't know.
No.
It depends where the reception is, right? It's
The
like if
amount
the
of
reception
people
is in
on
a
the
place with a
team.
bar and a TV.
That's what it is, Chuck.
Yeah,
If you
so-
see anyone currently on the team, not in like I almost said back of house, that's wild. Not on the field that are supposed to be there, then you know. Then you know. I mean, Lukic doesn't count, I guess, because he's suspended. But
So DC United is 2-3-4 on the season
ouch.
so far.
Well, that's fun.
They're in 13th place with a -8 goal differential.
Oof.
Their 2 wins have come against the powerhouses that are Kansas City and New York Red Bulls. They've given up 4 to Orlando and 6 to San Jose.
Jesus.
I mean, that does at
I
least
feel
show
like our
one thing
chances
with
are
their-
pretty good in this game.
But that
It
does
does.
show one thing with their goal difference, that it is like a little skewed considering
Yeah.
most of that did come in 2 games. I mean, not that DC's good by any stretch of the term, but like I also don't feel like they're allow 6 goals to San Jose bad, and I don't understand just San Jose, but I
Yeah.
am very, I mean, as we've already discussed, I'm very scared of Christian Benteke, as any MLS team should be.
Yes.
But like again, these are the games where just if the Union play like they should, then they'll score goals, and if they score goals, they probably win.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like DC didn't get much better. You know, they lost Cleach, who we saw in the last game, who didn't do much for Atlanta, honestly. But there's that, and then their highlight signing of the winter was a Polish division player who played for whatever the club name that you just said a few minutes ago, Chuck.
Yeah.
Named Peglu. And that's their like key signing of the winter. It just doesn't feel like their off season was great as far as getting the right pieces in the room.
I mean, that's been just DC United for years.
Just because I was like, I don't want to leave it on like maybe he injured it. Stephen Goff 2 days ago posted that Troy Lesane said he felt like he strained it, but he also felt like it wasn't one that he's pulled completely.
What does that
So they're going
mean?
to evaluate it more, but that also sounds like they might not want to risk him coming back against us. So we probably won't know until like Saturday afternoon when the lineup drops. But
So does that mean Dominic Baji start at the 9, which means like there's no way the Union
7
shouldn't
goals
put
for Dominic
5 past
Baji.
this. No,
Yeah.
no way the Union shouldn't put like 5 goals past DC United, which they have done before.
Yeah, if Benteke is not playing for that, and I like even with him there, that doesn't make up for a lot of their other shortcomings. Read Atlanta United. But like, if he doesn't play, there's not like a single person on. Well, like I love Dominic Baji, but there is not a single person on this team where I'm like, oh yeah, that guy, he's a killer.
I mean, I think the closest is like with Jared Stroud, and like
Oh sure, yeah.
only does so much.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him better when he was at Red Bull, but that's cool. So yeah, it should be like 3-0 to the Union.
Yeah. Since we all have been around for a little while,
Oh no.
is it worth talking about the second division side that DC United has a 30% stake in?
It's surprising that they still have a stake in that team at all.
Yeah. They're getting rid of it.
I think they forget that they have a stake in that
Yeah, I
team.
think that's the problem, is that they don't remember.
But well, they don't have a choice now because Loudoun United's new general manager is Steve Birnbaum.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my God. Yeah.
After,
Good for him.
the absolute hit piece that came out on that team, some of which I've at least been aware of from communicating with former Loudoun United staff. And yeah, it's not great, but they're still first in the Eastern Conference of USL.
One person only went to that team so that he could be close to his wife, who played for the NWSL team that just so happened to also be in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area.
It is a very
It is.
long drive from Washington, D.C. to Leesburg, Virginia.
Yeah. And that's when they remember to put the stadium up.
I hate that, like,
It's interesting.
I hate that also, like, these are actually my closest thing to hometown teams.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know. What about
it's so interesting to me that DC United was literally like, all right, we signed Steve Birnbaum to a contract, and now he's injured to the point where he can't play, but he's still want to play the team, so we need to do something with him. So let's put him in charge of the USL Super League team.
Yeah.
And now, because they're failing, let's put him in front of the Loudoun team as well. Like,
yeah.
What is happening?
It's like
Is Perrell gonna fix this?
Yes, absolutely. They're going to handpick the teams they relegate the first year just to make it easier.
All right. Any predictions on this DC United Philadelphia game?
Well, Steve Birnbaum's not going to be there. He's got other.
He might be there.
He's got a scout for Loudoun next year. You're right.
Yeah, they.
God, this Kevin Sullivan kid's going to be something.
They're actually trying to sign Chris Donovan.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually trying to sign Chris Wondolowski at this point.
Basically, Steve Birnbaum's just calling out
we're gonna pull Des Moines Menace, but USL.
Yep. Sasha and Dax still have the legs to go a full 90 once every year. They could turn that into once every week.
Oh man,
it's fine. Do we have? Apparently, we don't have any predictions about the game now. We just want to riff on Loudoun United, Justin. If you're wondering,
they would disintegrate.
Well, and so is the club. It doesn't matter.
I do have a real prediction.
Okay, fine, make it
3-1 to the Union.
All right.
We're gonna give up one.
Yeah,
they can have one as a treat. Their second team's folding, Justin. They get a goal.
And we should have given up one to Atlanta. Like, I think
so we're paying it forward.
Yeah, basically, like it does average 17. Out, and yeah, they're gonna end up giving up one.
That's nice of you.
I mean, that still sends them down to a double-digit goal differential. You know, 10 games into the season. So I'll take it.
Troy Saint's cooked.
Yeah, he's gonna coach Loudoun United. I'm gonna be like, get back to the championship, brother.
They might actually just switch coaches. Ryan Martin takes over the. Takes over DC United.
That would actually be really fun.
They could do a reality series called Coach Swap.
We just do pro-rel of instead of doing pro-rel of teams, we do pro-rel of coaches.
Coaches, yeah. Peter Vermees coaches Loudoun United. It's the last MLS coach that gets fired. Coaches the first USL team that lets their coach go. So, welcome to Loudoun United, Peter Vermees. Caleb Porter would be all over the place every year, more than he already is. It's amazing.
I don't. No, I do not need. Gary Smith back in USL. I will.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not. I do not need. We do not need Gary Smith back in USL. I don't like this idea anymore.
Do we need Brian Schmetzer or like Jason Kreis? Why hasn't he shown back up in USL? That guy won a couple ships.
Who knows? I'd be pretty similar
anyway,
to
your
you,
second
Chuck.
favorite Philadelphia Union podcast.
I think I'd be pretty similar to you, Chuck. I think 3-1's a fair shout. Any actual predictions there, Evan? Or are you going with your 3-0?
Yeah, I got 3-0 still. That's a real prediction, and it's gonna happen. So.
All right, well, that's what we think. Let us know what you think. You can find us all over the internet at VFTB Pod, wherever you can find us. We're there. Thank you guys for watching our videos. Our YouTube shorts and Instagram reels are doing a little bit of stuff. Thanks for watching and keeping up with the show. And let us know what you think. And we'll talk to you again pretty soon here.